Life is full of choices. We're constantly making choices. It's annoying, I know, but we have no choice but to make choices. Even if we decide we don't want to make a choice, well, that in itself is a choice. There's no escaping it. Can't run away from yourself. You just couldn't do that, no matter how hard you try. The choices we make in life, no matter what they are, will affect the outcome of your future. Let's say all of us are walking in a forest, and I find a suitcase full of money. Probably like millions of euros in there. But as I'm counting the money, there's blood on the money. And I find a note that says, "Don't take this money. Don't do it." What do? Take it or leave it? Choices. All right, let's do a more realistic scenario, okay? It's a zombie apocalypse. Zombies are everywhere. Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Shaun of the Dead, The Walking Dead. Zombies, everywhere. But we're safe. This building is secure. Our friend Noah, he's out looking for some food. But then all of a sudden, we hear this noise. I think it's coming from this big-ass window. You guys wait here. I'm gonna go check it out. Boom, it's Noah. No food. Instead, he's got a bunch of friends who are hungry for us. What do? Let him in? Or are you going to watch him die? Choices. Let's say you and your boyfriend, you guys been dating for a year. He loves you, you love him. You guys are thinking about moving in together. One night he takes you to a fancy restaurant. And while you guys are eating, he stands up for no reason, gets down on one knee, and he asks, "Will you marry me?" What do you say? Yes? No? It's marriage. I do? I don't? Choices. Choices are scary. Fear. Fear is one of the major factors that affect how we make our choices. Fear is a feeling induced by perceived danger or threat. It's designed to protect us. It also causes a change in metabolic and organ function, ultimately a change in your behavior. Like, look at me right now. I can't stand still. My hands are shaking. My mouth is dry. My heart feels like it's going to explode, all because I'm scared. I'm afraid of all of you, what you think of me. Maybe you don't like my shoes. Maybe you don't like the way my face looks. I don't know, but I'm scared. But I'm here. There's two common responses when it comes to fear. That's fight or flight. We're all different. We're all wired differently. When things go down, some of us run and some of us stay. I'm here. I wanted to run, but I'm here. I haven't always been this brave, though. Actually, I'm scared of everything. My whole life, I've been afraid of everything. I'm the type of person that likes to stay at home, watch movies, play video games, Street Fighter, Stranger Things. I have this friend, though. Let's just say his name is Dominic Johnson. Dominic is like one of those dogs, you see on the street. You know those kind of dogs that just follow you around for no reason? I mean, you don't even have to feed the dog. Anywhere you go, you turn around, dog's right there. Walk to your home, open the door, dog walks right in. Falls asleep on your couch, drinks all your beers, uses all of your toothpaste, and doesn't even have the common courtesy to buy you a new one. Dominic's personality is the exact opposite of mine. He was an extrovert. He loved going out. He loved mingling. He loved meeting people. And for some reason, he wanted me to come with him all the time. Every weekend, he's calling me. "Hey, Jay, it's Friday. What are you doing tonight, man? Want to go to the club? Want to go find some girls?" We could do dinner. We could get drinks after. We could find some girls. Find some girls. Dominic, I don't think that there are any girls in this area that need finding. And if there were, I doubt that they would want to be found by us. So one night, Dominic invites me to dinner. He says that his sister's friend is attending a university close to where I live. He's like, come on, Jay, she's cool, man. She's from Europe. She's got this German accent. She speaks German. I only had one question for Dominic. Are you paying for this dinner? He said, yeah. I said, say no more. Pick me up at 8. So we go to dinner, and I meet this girl. Her name's Lynn. I felt like we had an instant connection, you know? Because I'm like looking at her, she's looking at me, and I keep looking at her. But I was confused because she didn't have a German accent. She didn't even speak German. In fact, she wasn't even from Germany. She was from Belgium. She spoke French, and she had a French accent. My friend Dominic, how can I put this nicely? He's culturally and geographically challenged as an American. I thought Belgium was in Germany. Like, no, dummy, Belgium is an entirely separate country. You know Jean-Claude Van Damme? He's from there. Jean-Claude Van Damme's not German? Like, no, man. Anyways, Lynn and I, we hit it off right away. We had so much in common. So much in common that we ignored Dominic the entire night. It's like he wasn't even there. After that night, I couldn't stop thinking about this girl. I couldn't get Lynn out of my head. I did end up seeing her a few more times. Because next thing you know, I'm the one calling Dominic. Like, hey, Dominic, what are you doing tonight, man? You want to go to the club? We could see if Lynn wants to come with us. Want to get dinner? We could do drinks after. We could see if Lynn wants to come. So I did see Lynn again a few more times after that, but I never had the courage to ask her out. I was too scared. So I did what any grown, mature adult would do in this situation. I went home, and I stalked her profile on Facebook. So there I was, in front of my laptop at home. It was February, and Valentine's Day was coming up soon, so I thought, hey, maybe I can ask her out on a date for Valentine's Day. Started getting really nervous. My heart was racing. My mouth got dry. My hands were sweaty. I was like, look, Jay, if you don't do this, then somebody else will. Because a girl like that, she's not going to be alone on Valentine's Day. So I sent her this message. You want to go somewhere cool on the 14th? Immediately, I realized how creepy that sounded. I mean, that's like something a rapist or a kidnapper in a dark alley would say. Like, come on, let's go somewhere cool. Get in the trunk. She did write back, though, luckily. And this is what she said. Is it cool enough for the two of us to go alone? Wow, like how smooth was that? She eliminated all the creepiness and all the awkwardness with that one sentence. She said yes. So, as promised, I took her somewhere cool. I took her here. Santa Cruz Beach, California, Natural Bridges. We walked on the beach, we held hands, we made out in the water. Everybody was making out that day. It was Valentine's Day. Talked for hours, and after that day, we were officially together. I was like, hell yeah, I got me a girlfriend. Life is good. So I thought. 3 weeks into our relationship, Lynn approaches me. She says, I gotta tell you something. I was like, what? What is it, baby? You could tell me anything. She says, I'm moving soon. I was like, moving? What do you mean you're moving? You just got here. She's like, I'm moving to Seoul, Korea to study. I go into work the next day. My boss, he calls me into his office. He says, Jay, I gotta tell you something. I was like, great. You can tell me anything. Go ahead. He says, I'm not sure how to say this, but our company is losing money. We can't afford to keep you on anymore. We're going to have to let you go. So I find out my girlfriend is moving to another country, and I lose my job. So I call Lynn up. I tell her the bad news. She says, congratulations. And I was like, congratulations? I thought it was a language thing. I was like, look, I said I just lost my job. She said, yeah, I heard you. Congratulations. And then I remembered the first night at dinner, the entire time I was talking about how much I hated my job. And I wish that somebody would fire me so I could be free to do whatever I wanted. And then I realized, I don't have a job. I'm free to do whatever I want. So I had a choice. I could either stay in California, look for another job, or I could move to another country with Lynn. So I choose to go to Korea, and for the next month, I spent every day applying to jobs in Korea, anything I could get, just to be close to this girl. So I must have applied to 20 jobs a day. Finally, one day I get a call from this private school, and they're like, we want to hire you as this English teacher. So I accepted the position right away. I call up Lynn, we're both excited, and then she gets real quiet. I was like, what's wrong? This is a good thing, right? She's like, yeah, it's good. But I'm only going to be in Korea for a year. I was like, a year? You said you're moving there. You could have told me this information before. I was like, all right, well, what are you going to do after Korea? She's like, well, then I have to come back to California and finish my degree. I got to finish out the last semester. So I'm trying to make sense of all this, and I'm thinking, how can I justify to myself going to Korea, coming back to California? But then it hit me. And I'm going to let you guys in on a little secretive one. So when I attended my university, I didn't really finish school. Not because I was stupid or I didn't study or anything like that. I studied art, and when you study art, your last year you have to do an art gallery. But a month before my art gallery, everything was stolen. Drawings, paintings, like years worth of stuff gone. I didn't have money, I didn't have the time to make new art, so I had to work. I had no choice. You know, gotta pay the bills, you gotta eat. And I don't know if you guys know, but in California, school is expensive. So for me to re-enroll into school and then try to make new art, that's just crazy. But I had this plan. My plan was, I'm gonna go to Korea with Lynn, I'm gonna teach English, save up money, come back to California. She could go to school, and I could re-enroll into my university, and I could do my art gallery. And what was cool is that helped me to develop a theme for my gallery. Here's some of my stuff here. So this is a Japanese restaurant. First job after dropping out of school, I was a waiter. But it sucked, because that's not who I am. If you peel back the surface, you see underneath the essence of who I was, which is an artist. I worked at In-N-Out Burger. I don't know if you guys know that. It's like a Quick or a McDonald's. I sold mobile phones at an electronics store like Media Mart. It was terrible. Nobody wants phones, because they already have them. I worked in a warehouse. Not this one. It's this other one. There we go. As you can see, there's 3 of me, because, well, my manager, he decided to pay me the salary of one person, but have me do the job of multiple people. It's terrible. And my last job, the one I got fired from, IT. It was a good job, but I just wasn't happy. It wasn't who I was. So the art gallery was a success. Everything was awesome. Everything worked out perfectly. We both graduated. In fact, Lynn even graduated with honors. How cool is that? So I approach her. I'm like, all right, now what? She gets real quiet again. I was like, what's wrong? I mean, we did so much. She says, now that she's done with school, well, she's got to go back home to her family. She's got to go back home to Belgium. So there I was again, facing yet another crossroad. What do I do? Do I stay in California, find another job I hate, or do I move to Belgium? I said, okay, I'm coming too. So here I am. Looking back, if I didn't go out with Dominic that night, then I never would have met Lynn. If I didn't decide to go to Korea with Lynn, I wouldn't have been an English teacher. And I discovered that I'm actually really good with kids, and I'm pretty good at public speaking, even though I'm terrified of it. And if I didn't come to Belgium, then I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have gotten married, that's for sure. Life is full of choices. We're constantly having to make choices. There's no way around it. But what I notice is as long as you have a plan, as long as you know what you want, making these choices is a lot easier. I mean, your plan doesn't have to be as silly as mine. Well, I mean, it's not that silly. I just wanted to be with Lynn, you know? That was my life goal. I wanted happiness, and I wanted love. And that's all I really cared about. Because when I look back, like this plan that society tells us we need to do, you know, go to school, get a job, meet somebody, have kids, make them do the exact same thing, that was never my plan, you know? But you guys have a choice. You can choose to do whatever you want, but it's important to have a plan. You must have a plan. If you don't have a plan, then you just become a part of somebody else's plan. That's my time, everybody. Thank you.